Lady K, are you ready? I know she ready. Kiki, are you ready? Bayou Diva, let them know that you're ready.
This is a song somebody made for us.
You got it locked into the ladies then. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popping in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait to a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message.
My name is Saga Boss. Saga Boss. Saga Boss.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.
And me there, we made our own.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I can hear all of that.
What's going on?
Just hot the whole time. What's going on?
Really? Girl, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. What's up? What's up? What's going on? How was your day, ma'am?
Ain't nothing. You know, just working on some stuff. That's about it.
Okay, okay.
What about you?
Where's Kiki?
She is on her way. I have to presume.
You have to presume. I'm not home, as you can see. So my uncle was trying to hook up his camera to the big computer, but we having a little troublesome on my phone. Okay. But anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Ladies Den. This is your girl, Bayou Diva. Tonight, we're going to be discussing cancer and all of its rare form because October, as you know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But instead of just talking about breast cancer, we wanted to visit all types of cancer. So because we have family members, friends, people we know that are suffering from this crazy disease that they still have not found a cure for yet. Right. If we can cure COVID, we need to be curing cancer.
You know it. But, I think they already have a cure. You ask me. I think.
We probably do. But as you know, every week we feature a different beverage. Since we're not in a brick and mortar anymore right now, we just fix a little drink. We tell you guys, I'm not drinking anything yet. I was gonna go fix me a little something because my uncle has a fabulous bar, but I didn't fix anything yet. So I'm gonna be drinking on some water right now. But some water. So what you drinking over there, Lady K?
So I'm actually still sipping on. Remember the other day I told you I went across the street and there was a guy that he was selling this new vodka brand, and I did an actual tasting with him real quick. I'm still sipping on that. Is the vodka 360 vodka is what it's called.
360 vodka. Okay.
This is
my uncle need to try that. He's a vodka drinker. I might have to try to find that for him.
It's really
the 360
good. I got
vodka.
their lemon flavor. They have like 4 different flavors. And this one, you can see there's nothing in there. That's not water. That's just vodka. That's how I drink mine. I drink mine straight. No.
Oh Lord.
Yes,
no, you could do the straight. You could keep the straight from me. I'm not doing no straight vodka.
Straight no.
I need a little something, a little orange juice, a little cranberry juice, a little something.
Every time I put something in there. My doctor told me it's best I do, but I mean,
Make sure you drink your water. Like my uncle drinks his vodka, but he's a water drinker too. So and so is D. Like they drink water in between their drinks, so they don't really get like toe up drunk.
Oh,
so
that's right. That's what it's for. So you don't get it. You don't get drunk. Drink water in between. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what time is our other guest coming on? I talked to Adrian today. She wasn't really feeling up to coming on. And like she said, since she had the surgery, the doctors and nurses are constantly in and out of her room. And she didn't want the podcast to be interrupted. What's up, Kiki?
Hey,
Kiki in the building.
What's happening?
What's happening, ladies?
All right.
Okay, I like that shirt. I need to see that shirt. Let me see. Stand up. Let me see that shirt. Okay. All right, girl.
She's showing off. She's showing off the girl.
I like it. I like it.
I can't do that.
Let go. Let go. Let go.
Let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it go. But so she was saying that she didn't want to want the nurses and all that coming in and out of her room, interrupting the podcast and all of that. And then on top of that, she was really in a lot of pain. So I told her it's fine. Cancer is never going anywhere. We can always revisit the subject when she's feeling a little better and when she's feeling up to it. So we're not going to have her on tonight.
My cousin is actually in the holding room right now. Although you can see her down below. But Miss Barbara Turknett Edwards is in the building, and I'm gonna bring her in whenever we get ready.
I don't know how to put mine. It won't get wide for me. I wonder why.
You have to turn it. No,
I did turn my phone, but it's not. It ain't turning. I look upside down.
Sideways. Yeah, turn it back. Never mind. Never mind. I thought that would work. That don't work.
Yeah. But it don't work.
No, yeah, cuz turn your phone back too.
I got some kind of stuff in my background, but I don't care.
Sideways. Okay. But anyway, Miss Barbara Turknett is in the building, and I'm about to bring her on right now.
Right about now.
Can y'all see me?
We see
What's
you.
up? What's up? Hi.
You might have to.
All right, she gotta bring
what I need to do?
She has to bring her camera down. Oh, she got it. Oh, I'm getting back feed. Okay, hold on.
Volume. Cousin.
Turn it down.
Bring it down. Huh?
Okay, is that better?
Bring my volume down.
No, it's still back. It's still giving me the feed.
You still getting it?
I wonder why.
Yeah, we're still getting it.
I turned my volume down.
I turned mine down too, but
when is it? Because I'm just in my bedroom. I'm just got somebody in there on the phone working.
I don't hear it now. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, you don't?
No, I hear it.
Yeah. Well, y'all do most of the talking anyway. Go ahead.
The echo was killing me. Why is it echoing?
Let me see if I move. You still hear the echo?
Not when you talk, but when we talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hear from Nisa too. Oh wow.
Let me think. I don't know.
What could it be?
I'm trying to think of why it's happening now.
Do you have a ceiling fan on?
Mm-mm.
I know sometimes when we do that, the ceiling fan makes an echo.
Okay, this is weird. Because it's only when the three of us are talking. It doesn't echo when she does it.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go out and come back in. Let's see if that works.
Okay. All right, we gonna try this. Nope, it's still there. What happened? And cousin, you said your volume is down.
Huh?
Your speaker is down.
Yeah, I turned it down. I can.
Okay.
I
Nope,
turned it
it's
down
still
some
doing
more.
it.
It didn't start happening until I brought my cousin in. Let me see something. Let me hold on 1 second, cuz don't go nowhere. Okay, so I took her as soon as I took her off the
Let me see.
grid, took her off the grid and it went away.
Yeah.
Oh,
So somehow when you brought her on, it made the feedback. I don't know why.
there. What is it? Because she's joining by the link. So she's not joining by any other thing. I don't know. Dagnabbits. Let me see.
Where he went? Oh, that's him. If he knew why I would do that. Yep. It's back.
Mm-mm.
Wait. Oh, it didn't do it now.
I muted her mic.
Oh, damn. So I guess once she finished talking, then we'll just have to mute her and for us to talk, because if not, she just gonna have to mute and unmute.
I can still
That
hear
is
her
crazy.
talking. Cousin, put your camera down. We're looking at the top of your head. Oh, maybe I can't hear her talking. I thought I heard somebody else talking.
I'm not on the phone there.
Kiki, you muted. Okay.
Lionel, can you come here a minute?
Okay. Okay, cousin. For some reason, whenever we unmute your mic, it causes an echo for only the three of us, not for you. So what we're gonna have to do is keep you muted whenever we talk, and then unmute you to say whatever you're gonna say, whatever we're gonna get this conversation going. But first, let me do just a quick introduction, and then I'm gonna let you go on and finish and keep saying it. But for those of you that were able to join me for my 50th birthday party, it was actually the beginning of what I consider to be a Zydeco blues and hip hop festival. That was my first one. Kiki wasn't able to join us because she literally had emergency surgery, which was so crazy. But this is my cousin Barbara Turknett Edwards. She is in Texas. You guys know that I'm from Texas. She is one of my Dallas, Texas cousins. And she is
outside in the house.
You know what? She is she is a warrior. She is a survivor of cancer, and I'll let her tell you all the details of every battle she's been in. Not only did she survive and is she a warrior, but she also created a nonprofit called the Rose M. Turknett Cancer Network Incorporated, which is a nonprofit that helps any and everybody that is surviving, battling, dealing with cancer on any part of the journey. And I'm not going to tell her whole story. I'm going to let her tell it. And I'm going to let you go ahead and go. Take it away, cousin.
All right. Hey, ladies. Thank you for the invite. Now, y'all can't see my beautiful face, can you? Or do you still see my head? I don't know what to do. Can you see? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Okay, because my holder kept slipping down. But anyway, yes, I am the founder of RMT Cancer Network, which is a nonprofit organization, and we do assist people all over the United States that's going through cancer And some that has finished, you know, there are some resources, but what we do, we bridge the gap with services that they need, and especially people that look more like us, browns and blacks, as they want to call us. There's a lot of services that people they don't know about. So we assist them with that. I am a 10-year triple negative breast cancer survivor, which is one of the most aggressive breast cancers that there is. Rose M. Turknett is my younger sister who we lost 13 years ago to breast cancer. She lived about 7 months, no more than 8 months after being diagnosed with breast cancer. So I named my organization in honor of her. So I am just elated to be here. I have been all over the place doing breast cancer awareness this month. I went to the art studio just to relax today. I was at Travelers Insurance yesterday, sharing with their employees and staff all over it, all their locations, in person and via Zoom. But I celebrate breast cancer and all cancer. We assist people going through all cancers. I am a breast cancer survivor, but we assist people with all cancers, including we're dealing with chronic illnesses because the numbers are so high. Blacks, African American, Hispanics, the numbers are high. Cancer, all cancers, and every chronic illness that there is, kidney disease, kidney failure, and all of it. So we're getting out information and sharing the importance of early detection, save lives, and all of that. Not just with cancer. So that's kind of what, in a nutshell, what we do.
Okay, so tell us. Hold on. Wait a minute. Forgot to do that part. You gave us, in a nutshell, but tell us a little bit about your journey as far as how you.
Before she answers that question, can I say something?
Yeah.
First and foremost, I just want to let people know, because a lot of people really don't know what cancer is.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer is a disease that breaks up the cells uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm.
And it attacks all the tissues in your body. So that's what cancer is. It's the cells in your body. They start to break up uncontrollably and they destroy certain tissues in your body, like for breast cancer and other areas. It attacks some areas, and then sometimes people have cancer all throughout their bodies. So I just wanted people to know what cancer actually is. So now you can go ahead and finish with your question. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to ask, cousin, if you can tell us like what your personal journey was, if you don't mind speaking on it. Like, how did you get diagnosed? What issues were you having to make you even think to go and get yourself checked out beyond the annual mammogram?
Okay. Well, I wasn't having any problems. I'm 68 years old my next birthday. So I've been receiving mammograms ever since I was 40. I was 57 years old, came home for a speaking engagement in Dallas. I lived in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and I came home for a speaking engagement. I always tell people, came home for a speaking engagement, stayed at home, ran into breast cancer, stayed at home. So, long story short, this is all going to be in my book. Spoke on a Sunday, Monday morning, laid on the couch, a voice whispered in my ear not to return back to South Florida. I would die or come very near death. I listened to the voice. My oldest son was here in Dallas, had moved from South Florida. And I never went back. He said, I have you. I've always I was taking care of a senior citizen with had heart surgery, which I could have easily gotten behind on my appointments. But anyway, long story short, I'm from Dallas. I live downtown, so I just went to City Hall, got my birth certificate, and bought me a Dallas ID and started going to the doctor. One of the reasons we advocate for people right now, because I had to advocate for my life, because there was a great chance that you ladies wouldn't have had the chance to meet me. I set me up an appointment because I was still in Dallas. Nothing had showed on my mammogram the year prior. And when I went, I was sitting out to get my, they tell you to undress and you're waiting on your exam. And they called me into a private room, told me they wouldn't be able to give me a diagnostic because my doctor said, your sister passed away, you need to get a diagnostic. A diagnostic mammogram is only where they do more views.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, no, my doctor gave me a referral, I'm going to get it. And so long story short, they was telling me, so I said, send me your top person. They sent the top person. She came down. They would not tell me why. They would say, are you having any problems? Well, they would say, well, you're not having any problems. We're not going to be able to give you a diagnosis. I said, no, I have a referral. So she said, do you have any lumps? And I said, well, yeah, in my left. She didn't even let me finish. I had lumps in my left breast prior, which had been biopsied and everything. They were not non-cancerous.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't tell me that my insurance that I had would not pay for a diagnostic. So that's why we advocate for people right now. We tell people you need to know what your insurance covers. Because most people don't. A simple thing like medical transportation. Everyone think if they get sick, their insurance, medical transportation will kick in. You'll be surprised how many insurances do not cover medical insurance. So that's one of the things my organization, we help people understand. You need to know what your insurance covers before you run into problems. So we advocate. We do peer-to-peer. I'm clergy, so I'm in the hospitals. I've had to go to hospice. I did it all. We escort. We do everything we say with a personal touch. If you're afraid to go get your scans by yourself, we will escort you. We will personally, me, if I have the time, I will go with you to get your mammogram or whatever. I talk to people. I personally coach people through their treatment. Most of the people I've met, like, cuz I told you that I never met them. They've called me on the phone or reached me through a website of social media, and I've coached them through all of their treatments. Those are some of the things we do. We do a lot of community outreach. One of our largest hospital districts here in Dallas, which was Parkland Memorial, I did 3 events just with them this month already, and I finished one up. They're doing with first ladies on Saturday. They're trying to get the first ladies to be ambassadors because, guys, our numbers are still going up for African Americans. The Hispanics are under us, so we have to do something. So we early detection. If you can get the treatment earlier, that gives you a life expectancy. You could live a better quality of life versus waiting too long. So that's kind of my journey. I was led, I believe, by a higher power to assist people. And that's what I do. I assist people going through cancer. See, be it I may have to just give them encouraging words. Some of them I have to attend something with them. Some of them I have to go to the hospital with them. We travel, my pink gloves, the boxing gloves, the 50 State Mission Tour. We were there in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We want to come back. They're famous. Trust me, they're famous. People have been saying, can we borrow them? Your gloves are famous when people want to borrow your gloves.
Right.
That's my logo. But that's kind of, what my journey is like. God brought me through, and it's a lot more in between that I knew that this was my mission for the rest of my life. People come to me, offer me all kinds of deals to make money because I have a personality. I can sell you a rock. No,
Yes.
I cannot deviate from what God has for me to do because at most, you don't see a lot of triple negative 10-year survivors. Now, some have lived longer than me. I haven't had any reoccurrences. I don't consider myself in remission. I'm healed. I don't let people put the word remission on me. I don't let the people put the word tumor, your tumor, my tumor. I don't accept those words or whatever. I just keep going. And doors are just opening up and bigger doors. And I have invites to go to foreign countries and share. And it's like, wow. And in between all of this, because, I've went into the studio and after I left there and created this Be Kind collection of art, and people paying me money for my art and all of this. And it's like after treatment, the creativity just opened up. They're saying it was always there. But I just picked up 7 pieces of art Tuesday that was on. I was one artist out of 15 guest artists to exhibit at the fair, the museum, the Women's Museum, all during the State Fair of Texas, which was a major honor. So I'm just out there trying to let men and women, and you guys understand 1% of men get breast cancer. And out of that small percentage, more African American dying from it. So we have to get our brothers to start. They don't want to say they have breast cancer. Check your pecs, your chest, whatever it is, you need to be checking it because they get breast cancer. They're getting their breast cut off. There's whatever they want to call it. They're getting it cut off. Y'all know Richard Rantry just died. He was a breast cancer survivor. Montel Williams had breast cancer, you know, and we need to stop waiting for major celebrities to say, I had this before we do something, you know, like pancreatic cancer and, you know, Black Panther, everybody was, you know, it's going every day, you know, it's going, and the numbers are going up. Kidney disease is going up. Our people need the most kidney, our numbers, but we're the least people to donate a kidney, dead or alive. Dead or alive. You can give a kidney. You can be a live donor. You can also donate part of your liver. It regenerates, regrow. But we are the least people, but we're the most, our numbers are the highest. I think they say it's almost 90,000 on the list for a kidney, and we're at 60-some thousand. I was just invited about on the September 23rd, they actually brought the donors in and they filmed a live movie here in Dallas at the Majestic. My organization was invited VIP to view it. It will come out next year, crowdfunded. And out of those 14 or 15 people, 2 were living donors, was African American. One is my friend who is a general manager of a radio station in South Florida. She gave her kidney to a friend, and a mother gave her kidney to her son. He was 19, he's 25. His kidney was operated at 6%. But all the other people was Caucasian. They had given their kidneys to, they didn't know who. Anonymously, they didn't know who was getting their kidney. So I'm telling people, we got to stop saying, oh, you know, they gave us syphilis, they gave our men. We have to come out of that because our numbers are too high. We have to start donating bone marrow. Bone marrow can heal a child with sickle cell. We have to stop burying all of our organs and start donating. And we have to understand that while we're living, we can give someone an organ if we're in good enough health, and we can live and they can live. Because our numbers are the worst. You know, I mean, that's what we're dealing with. So stop. I through my organization, I share the importance of medical trials. Well, the average African American, you tell them, oh, a medical trial, they'll tell you, oh, I'm not gonna let them experiment on me. Hell, you are being experimented on every time you take an aspirin or Tylenol. Yeah, you are. Yeah, anytime you take that COVID test and all that shots, you been or whatever. But I personally can tell you, I have worked out and exercised and talked and cooked and ate with people living on trial medicines and living a quality life. But they tell us to go to hospital and we go to our pastor and get ready for our funeral. No, we have to stop that. You know, that's part of why our numbers are so high. We're dying, just dropping and dropping and dropping. And I believe in prayer, but we have to do something more than just pray. We have to take action. We have to, because I mean, the numbers are bad, ladies. The breast cancer, all of it, breast is bad. And we're doing all this pink. And let me tell you something, we got all these people doing, let me just tell you, these big organizations, they'll go walk for it and pay a fee for it. And they ain't putting nothing in your they putting a little drop to keep their name known into those communities that have the African American and Hispanics in it. They're paying for their brands and their salaries and all of that. But a small organization like we're small, but we have to major things, big things, thousands of people. I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of miles traveled on the plane, helping people, sharing with the pink boxing gloves. But our people, we got to change our mentality about child medicine. We got to change our mentality. Just because it's a big organization does not necessarily mean that they're going to help you. See, I can tell you, I've called big organizations, said, can you, no. I had a man that had cancer and called one of them. They told me, no, if he was a lady, we could help him. You hear me? If he was a lady. And I have one friend, he's right at a 20-year male breast cancer. He won't deal with one of them. He's like, I called, so if they told me if he was a man or woman, he could, it's breast cancer. You know, and cancer. So these are the things we have to go out in our communities, in our churches, and our organizations, and recreation, and get through. It's going to take us, because if the other people are going to do it, our numbers wouldn't be continuously going up and up and up. So it's going to take us with these darker pigmentations in our skin to help each other and help people in our skin, one at a time, a little bit at a time. That's my belief. And share preventive care. No one can guarantee that you're not going to get cancer. I have people that had never had a piece of weight on them. They eat healthy, and they died from cancer. Didn't even live through it, got it and died just like that. You understand? So, but there are things you could try to eat and exercise and do something. And if you get it, you keep a good mind, try to eat healthy, whatever, you can get through it. Because I'm 6'8", baby, I still popping like I'm 30-something. I popped down and did, my back was hurting me this morning. I popped down and did me some planks and some stretches, some yoga stretches, and I don't take pain medicine and stuff like that. So that's, you know, kind of in a nutshell. Oh, that's a picture. Girl. That's kind of in a nutshell. Our people, we have to change the way we're doing business. We have to, because you have to understand also there's discrimination going on. You know, fibroids. I was just at a mix of just Wednesday. Our Black women are just, they're just like, they're doing these major fibroid surgeries where these women is laid up. Some of them can't have children. They never had children. That does not have to be, not necessarily. I have a doctor here that's doing fibroids and not doing all these invasive surgeries where you're laid up for 2 and 3 months. So we have to get out in the communities and let our people know. We have to start doing something different, because our women are just dying, our men are dying, and everybody else is just living. So what did they tell you? You know, the same people treating us and everything. So that's kind of, yeah, I have to come back to Atlanta and hang out with you, because and dance. But yeah, that's my passion. All cancers and chronic illnesses, because, you know, I'm like, we have to do something. Have to do something. We gave because I don't know,
No, go ahead.
We did a men's expo in June. I hosted it. I worked so hard on that expo. We should have had 1,000 or more. We had a few hundred, but and it wasn't an expo where they was just giving you flyers. We had people doing the screenings. I had the National Kidney Foundation there. We had the Be My Match. That's the bone marrow. We had the Southwest Transplant. That's the ones that the donors, kidneys, and things like that. We had men, equal rights for men. We had attorneys to help men understand their rights and things. We had people understand all these legalities that you need when you go in the hospital and before you go in the hospital. I had professional therapists. We got a sister here that's bad. She got every letter it is behind her name, Dr. Miller. She's a therapist. I had another therapist. We had everything. We had Al-Anon. We had Alcohol Anonymous. We had and the people just didn't show. So we got to figure out some kind of way. Plus, our men are just dropping. I'm tired of our men dying young, and we have to do something. 40-something, 50-something, they dead, you know. And we have to do something. We have to get our brothers to understand. I said I'm gonna do a comedy show, and I'm gonna say y'all need to feel for a reason. Y'all be feeling and touching everywhere. Start feeling for those lumps and stuff. Yeah, lumps and bumps. Yeah, start doing it. You're doing it anyway, so start doing it. Seriously, you have to do something, because the numbers are just going up and up and up. Y'all see I can talk, so y'all have to tell me.
Okay. I'm over here cracking up and can't laugh.
Yeah, right. But what I wanted to say, these ladies know I've been in the medical field for a very, very long time, and I've seen it. I've been around it, and for us as Black people, we are so afraid of the doctors. Now, I don't know where this stigma has come from that we are afraid to go to the doctor. Not just the men. The men are more, but the women, we're afraid. Like, nobody wants to go to the doctor anymore. And back in the day, they didn't have doctors, so you had home remedies and you had all these grandmas in the kitchen cooking up something that healed you or whatever. But this day and time, we as Black people, we don't like to go to the doctor. We don't like to get checked. And just like you were saying, like donation, it is so crazy because I'm actually going through the process to donate a kidney to my son's ex-girlfriend, who kind of stayed in the family. She, even when they broke up, she was like, "You still gonna be my mama." And, she calls me mom. She calls her mom. And me and her mama close. Her and I are close. She's in stage 4 kidney disease. Right now, her kidneys are functioning at 12%. And she kept putting this post out. She has 2 small kids. And I'm like, I wonder why nobody is doing this, because you can live with 1 kidney.
Yeah.
You can definitely function with 1 kidney. So I'm actually going through the process right now. And she's in Houston. So I did the first part. I'm waiting on my lab results from a slew of blood work. And then I'll be going to Houston to do more testing and all of that. So I'm actually in the process of doing that. And I can say, like, for me, we talked about this, I think, last week or when we had another show, when we were talking about females and getting hysterectomies and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. It took me 10 years to get a hysterectomy when I knew I wasn't going to have any more kids, because I felt like God gave me everything, so I need to keep it. But like the doctor said, the OB, the GYN said, like, if you ain't having no kids, that's the only reason why he gave you that is to reproduce. If you're not going to reproduce anymore, it's really not doing you any good. So get rid of it. But I said that to say that's why I feel like a lot of women, especially, we don't want to give away our body parts because we feel like we need them. We got to have them. And as a nurse and being in the medical field, you understand that every body part in your body plays a certain role. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there are things in our body that plays a role, but sometimes it's done what it needs to do and you don't really need it no more, like your female organs. But there are certain parts in your body that you can live with, still live a full life if you donate or give to someone else. And we're just so afraid of doing that because we feel like we're going to lose something and something going to happen to us. We're going to die tomorrow, and of course, under the care of a proper physician, let me say that, mm-hmm. They will let you know what you can live with, what you can't, if you're even thinking about helping someone, they will go over the logistics with you. They will let you know that, hey, you can't because you need that. Or, yeah, you can do this because you can function with this, with that. But we're so afraid of, it's 2 reasons I feel this way. I feel like we're afraid of our losing things out of our body that God gave us. Mm-hmm. And then secondly, we just don't know. We're uneducated about our bodies. Right. Being that I have a background in GYN and OB, I never saw so many women that does not know their bodies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that for me, that's like a no. Every woman should know everything about their body, especially if they have bare kids. You gotta know. And we as Black people, we don't know our bodies. That's men too. They don't know that. A lot of you'd be surprised how many men don't realize that they have mammary glands and that they can get breast cancer. A lot of men don't know that. They feel like breasts are for women. They ain't got nothing in there. No, that's incorrect, sir. Just like a lot of women don't even understand that you have testosterone in your body as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so much that we don't know and that we don't ask questions. And like I tell people, I think this is a reason why I got into the medical field, because the human body, oh my God, it's such an amazing vessel. And when I see certain things and I learn certain things, I was working in Grady's ER some years ago. It had to be about 10 years ago. And there was a guy that came in. He was in a car accident. And his foot got stuck under the pedal of the car. It was crushed. So his whole phalange was hanging off of his ball joints. So they called me because at the time I was still in school for some classes, and they called me. And I thought it was just so amazing to see it, because we see it in books, but it's so different when you actually see it in real life. Right. And some of the nurses was like, well, how you going to be a nurse? Like, how you going to be a nurse? When you frowning and, and I was like in it, I'm like in the foot, I'm looking, his whole plantar, like the whole base of his foot was hanging off from his joint ball socket. It was just hanging.
Okay.
So it was so amazing that I was able to see all the vessels, the arteries, the veins, and that was exciting to me because, again, I saw it in the books, but I've never seen anything like that. And even working in the ER, you see some things, but you never get a chance to really see inside the body unless you're a surgical nurse. Right. So it was exciting, but it helped me learn certain things. Even though you see it in the book, I can say, oh my God, now I really know where that is. And I know what its function actually is. Even though you learn in the book, but now I can say, oh God, this main artery. So now if it happens to someone else, I'm educated.
Yeah.
But again, we don't take the time to educate ourselves on our body. What's good for our body, what's not. Every person is different.
Right.
So, but you need to find out, and especially as we get up in age, yes, you are so correct, Miss Barbara. Exercise, eating right, changing your eating habits. Nowadays, the food is processed so different. A lot of the food is giving us cancer.
Yeah.
A lot of the food is altering our bodies and giving us these diseases that we know nothing about.
Yep.
We don't know how we're getting it, or we don't know where it's coming from. But it's coming from a lot of this food, the pesticides, the processing of certain foods. And just like I had to learn some years ago, people that don't eat pork bacon, they eat turkey bacon. But in all actuality, the pork bacon is better for you because the turkey bacon is processed.
It's processed.
And a lot of people don't know that. They just figure, oh, I'm not going to eat the pork, I'm going to eat the turkey. But the turkey bacon is worse for you. Now, if you don't eat the pork, don't eat the pork. Right. But you shouldn't be eating turkey bacon either.
You're going to eat bacon.
Because it's processed. So there's more chemicals and all that stuff in the turkey bacon than it is in the pork bacon. Because with pork, they get it off the pig, they wash it or clean it, and it's there. But now turkey, you got to do all this processing. You got to put it into a strip. And a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people don't read. They don't read the packaging on the food. And that's another thing we as Black people don't do. We don't read the packaging of our food. It's something we want. We get it, but we don't read it and not knowing, okay, you have high blood pressure, but did you check the sodium in this?
Right.
No, because you like the broccoli, but just because it's broccoli doesn't mean that this particular broccoli is good for you.
It's good.
So if you have high blood pressure, see those packed broccolis with all the seasoning, that's not good for a person that has high blood pressure. What you need to do is get some fresh broccoli, cut it up, steam it, and don't put nothing on it. But when you buy it in these bags and they're processed, You got to check your sodium levels on that kind of stuff. And we don't do that. And Bond said every illness known to man is associated with a bad food and bad eating habits. That is incorrect. I mean, I feel you on what you're saying, you know, mostly it is, but when you learn about your body and you learn that everything that's out there, like the sugar, the water, the high blood, all of these things are in your body. So the tests that you take, the different tests that you take from all the way from A to Z, those tests, these things are in our body and it's what makes up our body. So what happens is when people get sick, either their bodies are producing too much or their bodies are not producing enough. So that's what causes some of the illnesses that we have. On top of the bad food that we're eating, yes, it is, what do you say? It is added, that's not the word I want to say, but it adds on to the things that we have going on already. But every test there is, blood test known to man, we already have those things in our body. So what makes it go wrong again is if your body is producing too much, like, I can't say diabetes, but what is it that the body produces that causes that? It's like, I'm trying to think, but I'll come back to that. But like your sodium and like my mom, she had to get blood drawn like every month because her body was producing too many red blood cells. So she had to go in and just get blood drawn to take some of those red blood cells out of her body. Oh, wow. So it's things like that, you know what I'm saying, that causes issues. Like she's got the proper blood, but her body was producing too much. So if she didn't get the blood work done, then it will cause a problem. Because you're only supposed to have so many red blood cells, so many white blood cells in your body. And then if you're not producing enough white blood cells, your white blood cells is what helps you fight off infections and fight off diseases. So if you're not producing enough, you like, there's a lady I know that I went to high school with. She always gets sick. And I'm like, girl, why you always getting the flu? You always got pneumonia. You always got RSV, you know, your respiratory. Like, what is going on? And I told her, I said, what you need to do is call your physician, get some blood work done. You know what happened? Her white blood cell count was low. She was anemic. She had to see a hematologist. Like it was things going on. And I knew medically something ain't right. You should not, every time and I'm talking summertime, wintertime, it's like every couple of weeks she's sick. And my thing is, she wouldn't do nothing. She'd go and buy all the Theraflu and the Airborne and the NyQuil and the Dayquil and this and that. And she never liked doctors. But I told her, I said, listen, this is serious. You need to go get yourself checked. You cannot be getting sick like this. But again, we as Black people, we don't like the doctors. We don't like the shots. We don't like this. And another thing I want to piggyback what you said, Ms. Barbara, is, and I talked about this on one of our other shows, is doctors. Doctors learn about 5,000 medications for one illness. So that's why if you go to the doctor and you have high blood, they find out you have high blood pressure and they put you on lisinopril, but you go home and your lisinopril doesn't work for you. And the first thing people say is, oh, the doctor don't know what he's talking about. No, I hate to say it this way, but we are guinea pigs to doctors because they learn 5,000 medications for high blood pressure, but they're going to give you the top medication, the one that's out there, the one that's everybody's using. So it might not work for you. So you might have to go through 3 medications until he finds what levels your blood pressure. So if the lisinopril not working, you might go back. They might give you losartan. Losartan might not work for you still. So then you'll go back and they'll give you something else. And then finally, oh, it's working. But we're guinea pigs to doctors. And herein lies another reason why I think Black people don't like to go to the doctor, because in their mind,
Mm-hmm.
They feel like a doctor don't know what he's doing. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're a medical professional, you understand, you know, out of 5,000 medications, I got to pick something that's going to work for Kiki. But it goes to according to her height, according to her weight, according to her age. But it might not work for you. So then you got to go back.
Right.
So we just have to keep educating our Black people, like Miss Barbara said, and push them to get testing, to go out there to help somebody, you know. And again, like she said, don't die with all the organs that could be used for somebody else. V is an organ donor on her driver's license. I'm not. I just wasn't. I just never thought about it. You know, like I just thought when I'm dead, I'm gone, and that's it. But it made me think a little more when I started the process to donate a kidney to this young lady who's like 30, you know, and she has 2 small kids, and she's literally at the end, and she's pleading for people. And I'm like, let me try. I could just try. You know, it won't hurt to try and see if I'm a match. If I'm not, at least I know I did my part.
Right. Right.
But you know,
I
that's
mean, I'm an organ donor. I am on my license, but with all the doggone autoimmune issues I'm having, I seriously doubt if they don't want this. I done had meningitis and everything. They don't want this.
Oh yeah.
They don't want none of this. But I am an organ donor. I mean, hey. But I never even I know about what do they call it? Is it live donations?
Uh-huh.
I know about it, but I never even thought about doing it.
Me either, until I saw her crying out. She was just crying out for somebody. She's like, I need a kidney. You know, my kids, I want my kids to grow up. Like, she has babies. They're like 10 and 6 or something like that. She has babies. So she's crying out for a donor so she could, you know, at least be around a few more years to at least see her kids grow up, you know? So yeah. I couldn't. She's like my daughter to me, even though her and my son Ben broke up like damn near 17 years ago. But she has still been a part of the family. My whole family knows her. My whole family loves her, you know, so I couldn't just keep sitting around when I know that I could possibly help someone. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know how it goes, but
please do.
We just need to educate our Black people.
Ain't nobody told me nothing.
I'll keep y'all posted, but
please do. And Cousin Barbara, I want you to tell the people, those that are watching now and those that will probably see this later on, how they can reach out to RMT to if they need assistance or if they're looking for assistance for someone else. How do they contact you?
The best mail right now would be to send a message to send us an email or just call me. We are the company that was hosting our website went under. So one of my sons is real busy, but he's getting ready to rebuild the website, which we need new pictures and everything anyway. So the email will be rmtcancernetwork@gmail.com. Or they can message me on Instagram. We're on Instagram, we're Rose M. Turknet Cancer Network. On LinkedIn, we're Rose MT Cancer Network. And on Facebook, we're Rose MT Cancer Network. So you can send a message to all of those. Rose M. Turknet Cancer Network. It was pulling up as RMT, but lately it has not been pulling up as RMT. We usually, shorten it. But it's best to just put the whole name, Rose M. Turknet Cancer Network, and then pull up on all those social media sites. Phone number is on those sites. Call and leave a message because I don't answer unknown messages or whatever. But yeah, and like I said, we assist people all over. we didn't start. We just kind of, we're housed. I have two locations here in Dallas. When I travel, I'm dealing with some family member. I have some office space or something, but people will meet people at the plane. So she has a cancer network, and when someone calls you, you don't just say no, I can't assist you, because we do, as long as we know the person age, what zip code, county. We don't have to have their personal address, zip code, county, and the exact what they were diagnosed with at age. You just go in and start looking for the resources, and you'll be surprised that there are resources.
So you guys, I'm sorry, you guys help people with any type of cancer?
Any type of cancer.
Okay.
Yeah. We, my office here, one of my office, we have commercial kitchen. We have chefs. And I can, when the ladies or someone, sometimes you have neuropathy and all of that and you can't cook. We may supply some healthy meals to them, or keep a supply of new wigs, scarves, caps, shawls to give, like when they're getting infused and things, sometimes they get cold. Little bitty things that sometimes people don't think about. Some like wearing a bald head, some want to wear a scarf, some want to wear a cap, some want to wear a wig. So we keep a supply of things like that. And let me see if you guys can see this. I make these are Serenity jars. I don't know if you guys can see it. And I give these to most of my, this is what I do. I create these to my art and these to raise funds for my network. But I give these to my cancer survivors. And I have colors that mean this is an AKA. So whoever's AKA, this is AKA, it's their colors, has a breast cancer symbol on it, and things like that. So just try to encourage people. And like I say, give them hope, because most people will not give you hope. That's what the 50-state mission of hope tour is about. Giving people hope. All of us are not dying. All of us are not sick and running around. I worked out all the way through my treatment. I had 2 surgeries 2 weeks apart. I had 11 chemo treatments and had to stop because I was allergic to it. I was burnt up from the floor up, and I had 33 treatments of radiation. I worked out literally after every treatment with a personal trainer, and those were things that was introduced to me. I was introduced to yoga. I was introduced to music therapy, art therapy, meditation, centering prayer, and all of that works. Because I do not take medicine unless I have to.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, for me, like my mom, she passed away. Well, my dad had prostate cancer. He didn't die from it, but he had 2 surgeries and it still came back. We don't know what happened to him. He just dropped dead after coming from a track meet. We don't know what happened. They said his heart just stopped. So with that, I know my God, so that was his time. But my mother, she passed away of lung cancer. My mother was really scared to do the chemo and the radiation and all of that stuff, but she started, chemo? She started chemo, and my mom had 2 chemo treatments and she was out of here. So I don't know what happened, but I just feel like that was God's time for her. She after her second chemo treatment, like 3 days later, she just wasn't herself, and she went to the hospital. She stayed in the hospital 3 days on 50,000 machines. There was not any more room for them to put an IV on her. And at that time, I knew my mother wasn't coming back. I knew she was never going to walk out that hospital, and I prayed, because I thank God for my medical knowledge. Them doctors was telling my sister and my aunts and them, they were beating around the bush. I said, listen, I just need to know, is my mama coming out of here? And he was like, well, it's a chance. I'm like, but man, listen, I already know. I knew that she wasn't coming home. That was it. I knew it. It was just a matter of how many days she was gonna stay in that state that she was in before God actually said, okay, enough is enough. And she was gone. But I just, I don't, and everybody, my family was like, oh, that chemo killed her. I said, the chemo didn't do anything. God was ready for her to go because she could have had chemo, she could have had radiation. And if it wasn't her time, she would have got up out that bed and came home, but she did not. So I'm not going to say chemo killed her because I know it didn't, but I can say as a medical professional that the chemo did open her body up for other things.
Yeah.
And those things played a factor in her leaving.
Yeah.
And yes, Miss Sharon, the meds do make you sicker, but my mom didn't even have time to do that. And my mom was a lifetime smoker. And for so long, I beat myself up because I couldn't stand cigarette smoke. I lived with my mom. I couldn't stand the sight of ashes. It was just something that did something I would literally throw up. And I would always tell my mom, those cigarettes gonna kill you. Those cigarettes gonna kill you. When it finally did, I had a fight. I was fighting because I was like, oh my God, did I speak this on my mom? It took me a minute, and it took me some long conversations with God to get past it. So, I felt like I spoke that on her because I would stop smoking. You need to stop smoking. Stop smoking. The cigarette's going to kill you. Them cigarettes going to kill you. They're going to be the death of you. I kept saying that to her because I wanted her to stop so bad. Mm-hmm. And then when it happened, I was like, oh my God, did I kill my mom? And I battled with that for a long time.
No.
So, the cancer thing is tricky, but, we just have to be aware. We have to get our bodies checked because things happen and it comes from nowhere. And I'm afraid, never really said this to anybody, but I'm afraid that it's going to happen to me because I lived with my mom until I was 24, maybe 24, 25-ish. I lived with my mom up until that time. And I know that secondhand smoke is just as bad as me picking up a cigarette myself. But, once I left I hated it. Like, I didn't understand why my sister smokes. One of my sons smoke. And I'm like, do y'all not see what this did to mom? Like, what the hell? And for me, I can't stand cigarettes. I see them, I want to throw up. So I didn't understand why they didn't get that the same way. But I still battle within myself if, when I get older, is this going to happen to me? Am I going to wind up with lung cancer? I'm secondhand smoke from a kid. I'm 52. So being in the medical field, I'm always proactive, though. I always get my CA-125, which is a cancer test to see if you have any cancer cells. So I always get those tests because, one, it runs in my family. Like, there's other forms of cancer in people in my family. And then because my mom was a heavy smoker, I get those tests just to make sure that my body is not forming those different cells and doing the things that could cause that. So, I say this too for a lot of people who grew up in households where people smoked, or you were around uncles and aunts that smoked, make sure that you do the prevention. Make sure that you get tested because you never know. Just get tested, and when I started getting tested, I would tell my doctor, I grew up in a household. My mom smoked, my dad smoked, my sister smoked, all around me. So I was around smoke all the time, and I tried to get away from it, but I didn't. So when I finally did, it was like, oh God, I've been around it all my life. So will it happen to me? But I just think that people who have cancer in their families and they're around this type of stuff, you need to get checked. Please let your doctor know. And here's another thing that we've talked about on our show is knowing your family history of sicknesses and illnesses.
Yep.
You definitely need to know that because you need to be checked for it. Not to say you're not going to have it, but why not? If you have health insurance, why not get a test that's not going to cost you out of pocket? That could help you save your life if you're doing the prevention part of it.
Right.
And a lot of us don't do that, but we should. We definitely should.
We definitely should. Well, cousin,
Uh-oh, let me mute.
that was me. I did that. My bad. We ain't gonna hold you all night. I know you can talk, but I told you in the well, I sent you the information that we do a little beverage. We salute a beverage at the beginning of the show. I thought I saw you sipping on something over there. What you over there sipping on, cousin?
Oh, just some pear, sparkling pear flavored drink. It was so good. I had it. I was like, I didn't have any wine.
Okay.
So I have a question for you, Miss Barber. Is it do you know of any resources, does your company help people with their medical, like when they find out they have cancer and they can't really afford it? Are there organizations out there that you know of or that you participate in that could possibly help someone with their chemo or their radiation treatments?
That's exactly what we do. I tell people, I can't tell you every person that come to me, we can assist, but that's exactly what we do. We have helped people get insurance. We have people get rent, mortgages paid, and everything. It just depends on, it. You know, every resource has guidelines. Okay. So, and I don't know if you ladies know this, but breast cancer has the most money than any cancer that there is. And the reason more Caucasian get breast cancer, but more African American women die from it. And they give money. So there's more money. But that's what we do. I do the research. We have assisted 2 people from other countries that was here. One was from the islands, came, South Florida, ran into cancer. And I knew his sister, which was a nurse. And long story short, they was exhausted. They told him he couldn't travel back to the islands. And they discounted his chemo at $13,000 a pop, and if he made to radiation, that was going to be a lot. And his sister said, "No one can help us," and I said, "That's not true." So I had to rent a car for the last day I was in South Florida. I went to her house, and she said, "No one can help us." I said, "That is not true." I made one call. One. Now I had to advocate for him because the lady that answered the phone tried to tell me, "Miss Edwards, we have Americans that can't get help." I said, "No, that's not true. We have Americans that may not can go where I can go, but they may go to a county or state hospital, but they can get some help." And I asked her point blank, because she acted like she was not going to help me. I said, "Now," and this is when President Barack Obama was president. I said, "Do I have to call the White House and ask and message the president, because this is a human being? Not, I don't care what color, what is pigmentation. This is a human being that's in our country. In our country, and doctors in South Florida told him he could not travel. You telling me he have to die because he's not from our country, but our doctors are telling him." She started the case. I left Florida. I came home. I was the contact. They contacted me and told me they had sent some papers. They needed to sign them. I called his sister. She said, "Yeah, we have." I said, "You need to sign them immediately." Now, what I know is he was not, because she was saying, "Well, he's not trying to become a resident." I said, "No, ma'am. He was visiting his sister, and legs swelled up and ran into a cancer. And they sent in our American Medicaid to pay the bills at the hospital. And I don't know who started to pay for his chemo, but somebody did. And then he was able to go back home, and he sent me a message to thank him. I helped him live longer. He did die later. And those are the kind of things you have to advocate, because there's resources out there. If I could go to every little bitty church that we have, all these churches, and we're praying and our people are dying and dropping by them, and tell them, if you can get 2 people in your church to just give 2 hours a day and make some calls. So when someone in your church need help, they'll have the resources. It's that simple. You make the calls, ask the question, and you would know what's available.
Mhm.
I had a young lady about 8 months ago. Why? She lost her insurance. I don't know. She's from Guyana. Triple negative breast cancer, 4th stage. One of the big hospitals here, her insurance ran out. They stopped treating her. So your insurance ran out. But somebody at that hospital should have known the same information that I knew. I'm at a nonprofit conference. Allergies bother me, and I got my say I'm not sick with COVID, but allergies. And she tells me she needs insurance. I said, okay, I'll take my phone out. I said, you call her and you tell her, and this is what you need. She said, okay. So a week later, I checked. She said she hadn't come back. I said it was spring break. The next time I called her, she was in that lady's office. She got insurance. She had insurance within 2 weeks. Before 2 weeks was up, and she started back the treatment. That she went back. Now I wouldn't have went back to that hospital. They were gonna let me die. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have found me in another hospital because it was money. You understand? And we have to understand this color here. You know, I'm sorry. You know, this color, they discriminate. I'm just sorry. But that case manager, social worker, somebody should have been able to give her the same information that I gave her, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of cases we run into. We housed one from Venezuela, where she was staying. They wanted putting her out. I think they thought she was gonna die on. I didn't have no money in my organization. It's not, anybody go write me no check tomorrow. Tomorrow Friday, I done been all over the place. I spent all kind of money, Ubers and everywhere. Nobody go write me a check tomorrow. And this was about 8 years ago. I didn't have the money. I housed her with me for 3 weeks until I got her housed. She Venezuela. Her radiation was so bad it was burning her body. They had to stop. I lived in a little place that you walked in. That was my bedroom and my living room. You had a bathroom and a kitchen. I slept on a concrete floor for 3 weeks and gave her my bed. I tell people, you have to have a heart of a servant. I believe God created me with the heart of a servant, so I enjoy helping people. It does not bother me what color you are, where you was born, if you gay, who you sleep with. I done had them call me, well, I don't care. That ain't my business. That's between you, him, and God. I don't care who you sleeping with. I don't care who you married to. If I can help you, I'm going to help you.
That's right.
And this is the way we have to be. I've had a young lady, that girl was 30. And she was like, I said, what? Man, please, let me tell you something. Got her insurance and she went on and everything, got some other assistance and things like that. But there's resources out there. It just takes calls and calls, and you just have to be vigilant. Like, don't, okay, they said they're out of money. Well, when you gonna have some money? When is your money coming in? When your grant money gonna be released? Because these people getting these millions of dollars in grants. Well, they don't give it to them all at one time.
Mm-mm.
They give it to, okay, well, you need to know when you go get your next money, if you try to. So this is what I tell people. I give you the basic and then you call. Now, I can't just do all your work for you because I've got to live myself or whatever. But I had a gentleman about almost 9 years ago, prostate cancer, and he had to take radiation 5 days a week. His copay was going to be $45. He was on a fixed income, and they wanted to give him an injection that would go cost $1,000. I gave him some resources. He called. He said, they don't have any money. I said, well, when do they have the money? When is their money coming back? And blah, blah, this. But from me giving him that information, he found out that injection, what they wanted to give him for prostate cancer, was one that they generally give breast cancer survivors. They had another one that his insurance would pay for, and he could get it from resources that I gave him. So that's kind of what it is. If we would just somebody, and I keep saying, because most African Americans go to somebody church, or their mama or somebody goes to somebody church. We had a couple of people in there give a couple hours a week, just go and start getting the research. See, somebody come to me, some of the stuff is in my head. Okay, breast cancer. Okay, were you working? Were you working when you were diagnosed? Yes. Okay, well, you can go online. There's no sense in calling. Call the Pink Fund. Fill out all the paperwork. The Pink Fund will pay $3,000 or up to $3,000 for 3 months of your bills if you send them what they ask for. That kind of stuff is in my brain. It's there. Those are resources because I've made the calls and I can tell them what the criteria are, what the guidelines are, and things like that. But I believe our churches need to step in, and if they let me talk on Saturday to these first ladies, that's the first thing I'm gonna tell them. If y'all, a couple of people in y'all church, that they can ask me, I can start listing them, give them some information. And when people in your church come up with cancer, they don't have to be dying and shame because they don't have insurance, because it's there. The resources is there, and then you can make some calls. It's literally that simple, because that's all I do. I make calls, keep the notes, and I can't remember all of them until I have to, call back. But some people, well, you got a non-private, they think I got a check to cut them. I ain't got no check. Ain't nobody gonna write me no check tomorrow. Well, I'm not gonna say that because somebody may just write me a check. But you understand, all the work I've done, I've been all over Dallas with events, and things like that. But it's just that simple. It takes someone caring and having the information available, because this is what I feel. Because I run into it too much. You have social workers and case managers and financially in these hospitals, they do enough to keep their jobs.
Right.
But there is no way I can give you information that those people should have told you. And I run into it all the time. I had one about to be put out. She worked at Walmart, couldn't go to work. No insurance. This is ridiculous. This was her second. She had blood cancer 20 years prior, and then she had triple negative breast cancer, one breast removed. This is ridiculous. Somebody where you was getting your treatment should have told you that. I was able to tell her, go right back to where she was being treated, get insurance, something to help her, because I do a lot of volunteer. I have did it for years, and was able to give her information to keep her from being put out. Those are the kind of things that we do, and it just takes somebody. Like I said, if the churches get some people in there that do something like this, I think that will help the numbers go down also, because people can go to their church and say, well, and then people need to stop being ashamed to say, I have cancer. And another thing, let me just pop on this too. Y'all know our numbers is really high with just straight women having HIV and AIDS. And we got to stop being ashamed. Yeah, these men sleeping with men, women, dogs, and out doing some of everything. Stop being ashamed. Let someone know and let someone help, because the numbers are continuously going up with straight women with HIV and AIDS. Pull the numbers yourself. And one while the number was real high in the nursing homes. I haven't looked at them, because the little old man was getting the blue pills and sleep with everything that would drop her drawers.
Lord
so the numbers was for STDs was going up in the nursing home.
And
she a senior citizen. She ashamed to tell her doctor that she didn't lay down with a man. So this stuff got to stop. We got to stop being shamed and ask for help. If you have uterine cancer, that don't mean you did something wrong. I got someone who won't nobody know she had uterine cancer. Because you had uterine cancer does not mean that you did something wrong.
Right.
But that's the kind of thinking, trust me, I run into it all the time. And this mental illness is real. I have a 26-year-old right now. She had uterine cancer at 19 from Atlanta. She acted like she was dealing with it good, but I knew she wasn't. She had a breakdown. My understanding, she's back home in Atlanta. You have to be real. She could not never, even though she had went through all the treatment, I talked her into getting her port removed after it had been there 5 years, I think. She was business, but her mental state was not. She never accepted that she had uterine cancer at 19 or 20. And she went home and had a breakdown. She had a breakdown. Yeah. So those are a lot of the things. Next, we got October, November. I'm going to deal with a lot of mental illness. I'm going to deal with a lot of depression, suicidal, cancer survivors. Last year it was horrible.
It was bad.
But I'm clergy. I have some training. I'm a victim practitioner. The training that I got in South Florida, which is what they call a victim advocate here. So I deal with that a lot. I refer them to therapists, psychiatrists. They may need to balance it. Those are some of the things. But coming into the holiday, that's something that we're going to deal. I'm going to have I pray it though, but last year it was bad. I had one had the pills right in her hands, and it's no joke dealing with mental illness and stuff like that.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have Nisa reach out to you in the future, because I just did a mental health retreat for some ladies, and it was just amazing. And I found that I needed the retreat a little bit more than they did. But I plan on taking it around. So I definitely want to come to Dallas and do a mental health retreat as well as Houston. So I will definitely be reaching out to you to see if you could possibly help me get that together for next year.
Let's reach out. You give her all my information. Y'all, I'm old school. You do better by just calling me.
Just call.
Yeah, you. All this here, girl, I was like, okay, let me see if I can get on this here. And then they have the nerve to tell me cause they say I'm an up and coming rising creator. Can you imagine? I don't even know what that means. So I'm trying at it. But yeah, I would be glad to assist, because it's my motto. To win these battles, we have to work together.
Yeah,
we have to. It can't be big I, little I. We have to work together to get these numbers out. That's just all there's to it. And my name don't have to be out in front of whatever. We just need to help some people. That is my mission. Before I think that's what keep me living. I'm going until the day he take the breath out of me. I'm going to help people going through medical illnesses, chronic illness, and then cancer. That's all it is to it. That's what I believe. He would have to tell me that's not what I told you to do. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I'm here.
Kwana?
huh?
Ain't that what he told you?
Yes, he did. Let me tell you, I was telling them that God put this on me about a year ago, and I took to Facebook to find therapists and all of this. And I have a lot of Facebook followers and friends. Nobody answered me. So I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna do it. And then about a couple of months passed, and I guess God see I wasn't moving. And he was like, I gave you an assignment to do. So I need you to get this done. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I tried. And I gave you an assignment to do. So then I went back to Facebook, and it was crazy because when I posted it, then I don't know what happened, but then I had so many therapists reaching out. I had to tell some of them, oh, wait, I'll get you for next year, because then I had so many reaching out. So, he put it on you sometimes to do certain things, and we all have assignments to do. When you're going to realize it's time for your assignment, then that's up to you and God. But I knew that it was mine, because when he came back, it was like, I was praying. He was like, didn't I give you something to do? And I'm like, well, nobody want to help me. And he was like, I gave you an assignment to do. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, it was the most beautiful event that I had ever put on. And I'm an event planner, so I do all kinds of events. And it was the most beautiful event. And I thank God for the sisters that were there, because, again, I needed this just as well as they did. And I'm thinking I'm putting this on so I can help other ladies, but in the process, I helped myself a little bit too. Mm-hmm. So, we're all on this healing journey, because, again, you cannot progress if your mental is not healthy. Right. And you can't run a family, run a business, run anything that you do if your mental health is not healthy. And in order to get your mental health healthy, and in order to proceed in some of the things that you want to do or have done in life, and you find that there's issues, a lot of times we have to dig deep and go back to our childhood, because dealing with the childhood traumas and not addressing them, it hinders the things that we want to do. Because what we learned at the retreat is that you are worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of having a business. You are worthy of these things. But a lot of time, our childhood traumas keep us feeling like, oh, well, nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody want to be around me. Just so many things that our mental plays with us on. So, we have to start from the very beginning. And that's one thing that we did. And starting from the beginning, brought a lot of tears out in that room. It wasn't a dry eye in that room, but that needed to happen for us to start to heal. So this is how I'm going to do all the retreats. Like, I'm from New Orleans, so and Nisa, I told Nisa I definitely want to do Houston, and I definitely want to bring this to New Orleans because we have so many women empowerments, and they talk about empowering you, and yes, you can do this, and yes, but no, you're not. And I'm not knocking them. I love the women empowerment events. I've been to some. I've even put on one years ago, but I feel like we need to dig into that mental. We need to really get down to the nitty gritty of the mental and work on some things before we can say, now we're going to empower you to move to the next stage in your life. So that's where I'm headed with my mental health retreats. And that's why I call them a mental health retreat, because I want you to know that we're going to focus on your mental and making it healthy so that you can be healthy for people around you. And this journey and what you're learning could help you teach someone else and help someone else. And another thing I learned about this is just being kind to people and saying a kind word, because you never know what people are dealing with. And just your kind word of, hi, how you doing? Are you doing okay today? Just might have saved somebody's life who thought about going home and killing themselves because they felt like nobody cared and they felt like nobody liked them. So just that one little, hey, how you doing, could save and probably have saved some lives and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And I learned that working in the medical field. You know, people, they just got a diagnosis. They got 6 weeks to live. And then you think they want to pass you and you got an attitude and you ain't speaking and you rolling your eyes like, because this could really damage them.
Right.
So you have to be healthy. Your mental has to be healthy before you can be kind to someone or even help someone in their mental journey when you don't even know you're helping them. So that's kind of what I was focused on the retreat. And that all goes along with people who are sick, because then they feel like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I can't do nothing. And you got to help them with that mental part of it. Live all the life you got. They say, if doctor tell me today, tomorrow, I got 6 days to live, baby, I'm going to party. I'm having a party. We going to jam. We going to do everything because I'm going to live it. But at the same token, I don't have to do that because I'm living that way now. So you have to put some kind of life into your life, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So I will definitely be reaching out to you to help me with this in Dallas. Definitely.
Yeah. And because, this is the lady that did the basically event planning for my party. So you've already seen her work.
All right. That was awesome. I enjoyed myself. Yeah. To touch on that, Be Kind. That's why I created my art collection, Be Kind. I have it in French, Mandarin, English, and Spanish, because you could just speak to a person sometime and say, I have spoken to someone and they come back and told me, you saved my life. I would go commit suicide. I had a lady this morning that thanked me, called me. I was getting ready to go to the art studio. She said, I know it was God that sent me. And she prayed for me. Her husband has pancreatic cancer. And so that it's so powerful. Just being kind. So it's very important. Very important. So I'm excited, you ladies. Like I say, I'm open. I'm available. What you see is who you get. I don't fake, shake, and bake. If I say I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you. Okay. So I don't believe in that fake and shaking, girl. Please, I'm like, just real. And I don't, I'm not one that I always got to be the leader and all of this. So I'm excited. I really appreciate the invite to this. The ladies den.
The ladies
den. But I've been so busy. I hadn't had a chance to listen to it because that's just how busy October, the last part of September until really the first week of November. And I need a retreat myself, so I need to go somewhere and rest for a few days after this, hopefully after this weekend. But anyway, so.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on and, really letting people know that there's so much help out there and there's so much information for people with cancer and all types of cancer who's battling this awful disease. Like, I appreciate that because sometimes we don't really get to know. We see them come in and we see them go out. We do the treatments and they do stuff, and we don't really get the background of how to help them because they don't give us the resources to give to them because we got to heal them or help them throughout their healing process. So it's so important for people to know that there are resources out there to help you. And again, to get those resources, it's just a simple phone call, but a lot of people just want things at their fingertips because now they're sick, they've gotten weak, and they feel like, oh, I can't do this. I don't know where to go. Pick up the phone, get on the internet and just look and search, because besides your nonprofit and your business, there are a lot of businesses out there that are helping people. I just have to say, I love God. I love God with all my heart. I am a church person. But for me, I've seen the church be not so good. So for me, I don't recommend people to go to their churches because they're just not, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into that, but I've seen them turn people away for little things. And I'm talking about people who pay their tithes every Sunday. I ain't talking about $5, 10. I'm talking hundreds, but you can't turn around and help these people. So for me, a church would be the last place that I send someone. I would send someone to anywhere else besides that, because what we don't want is for someone to go to a church for help and they turn them down and they don't even realize the damage that they're doing to a person. I would rather say, let me see what resources I can find for you than to tell a person, no, we can't help you. Because now this person feels like, okay, so then if they can't help me, nobody can help me. So you know what? I'm going home and kill myself because I don't need to be here because nobody ain't going to help me. So I don't think the churches take a step back and look at that. And again, even if you can't help them, don't tell them no, because you don't know the damage you're doing to them. Tell them, let me see what I can find for you, or let me see what type of resources I can help you with. Give me a day or two or whatever, and let me reach out. Let's see what we can do. And a lot of the churches don't do that. They just turn people away. Oh, no, we ain't got it. We can't help, or this or that. And it's damaging to those people who are sick or in need. So church for me is the last place I would send somebody. I would rather send them to an organization like yours, a nonprofit cancer organization, or a resource center, a resource place like my nonprofit. I would send them to places like that who have resources to help you to find the things that you need. But, the church, I'm not too happy with some of them because of what I've seen. So, there are other places though. And I appreciate your information. So I saw Nisa put your information in our
in the
chat. So when people do go back and watch this video, they'll know that they can reach out to you, and you can help them find any type of resources that they might need for whatever they're dealing with and whatever area that they might need help. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yep, most definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. The churches, like I said, I understand. Trust me, because I had a senior citizen that a few months ago from one of the big churches that I've called, because I have a lot of elders and stuff that follow me from a big church here, and they just kind of gave me the runaround. And she was a member, and I was like, wow. But I still believe if someone has resource, because in the churches, I don't send people to churches. I do the resources myself. But if you're a member of a church, and if you are comfortable enough to ask, if at least let the church have some resources there, not per se paying, there is organizations. Let me tell you something. We have the Bridge Network here, Bridge Breast Network. You don't have insurance, and you're not in late stage breast cancer, they will start paying for your treatment and then work on helping you get insurance. These are the kind of resources that's around, but people don't know about them, and they bring millions of dollars in. And there's other, they give different organizations give gas cards, help you with transportation, and things like that. The churches need to know that those organizations are available. That's what I'm talking about. So you have some kind of resource book, not per se the churches, because I grew up in churches, so I understand you pay your tithes. In some churches, they won't help you. I've had people, I'm like, wow, you just you pay off and stuff like that. I understand that, but I still believe some kind of way there needs to be some resources in there. Not per se, I'm not saying the church do it. The church have the resources to share with them, like the Bridge Network. Everybody should know that the Bridge is available here in Dallas. You don't have insurance? Go over there, call them. They, matter of fact, when I get grant money, what I will do, I will not be paying for things. I will be sowing money into the organizations that I refer people to, that I know have helped people and things like that. Like the Bridge charges $20 non-refundable application fee. I would probably sow so much money. This is set aside just to cover those. So if a lady, because I had a lady didn't have $20, I said, I'll give you $20. Did not have $20 for the application fee and things like that. You think little things are not important, but that's very important. It's very important. I had one lady, the church, when they exhausted everything they were gonna help her with, they sent her to me. Someone said, well, she got a counseling network. I was like, wow. They said, well, they exhausted everything they could do for her. And, so I have all kinds of stories, so, but I do believe they do need some kind of book there with some resources to, if someone comes to them or whatever. So, yeah, but trust me, I understand what you're understand what you're saying. So it's just, like I said, it's just going to take all of us working together. Big little, our media, I had some issues with the black media here, and I was like, that kidney thing that was done back in September, the black media wasn't there. I think they should have been there. And I said, y'all should have been there. This is talking about our people instead of a hip hop thing or this or that or I think they should have been covering that. And I called one of them and she actually came. I don't know if they put anything in there, but I think that should have been in that paper, that event was going to be filmed, because it was really to help all people, but especially our people, because we're the one on the list that we're dying while we're waiting on a kidney. I have a personal friend that passed away while she was waiting on a kidney a couple of years ago,
Wow.
and things like that. So I have passions for a lot of things, and I was like, share what you can. I've been a donor ever since I was, just like when I registered to vote when I was 18 or something years old. But another thing, even by you being a donor on your driver's license, it's not guaranteed that they will get your kidney, because generally, I just found out, it has to be at that hospital. So it's a lot of things hooked up to that being a donor on their driver license that I found out. And then also they can use your skin and your eyes and things like that. And a lot of people don't know that. So we're burying all of that. But so like I said, this is what God has for me to do, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward and let Him do what He needs to do and use me. I'm available, so we're gonna do it. So
yeah,
I'm so excited.
well, we
About
definitely
this. Please
appreciate
contact
you,
me.
and I might be coming up your way before the mental health retreat, because I did a nursing assignment at UT Southwestern, and they're wanting me to come back. So I might be up there a little earlier.
Okay. Still holding secrets. All right.
Yeah. I love UT Southwestern. Yeah.
Huh?
I love UT
Yeah.
Southwestern. They're very, very good hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my eye doctor is UT Southwestern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I had problems with eyes from chemo, which I have a 20/20 vision now. I have reading glasses or whatever, but I still deal with they have to make sure the pressure of glaucoma and stuff stays down. But it was I didn't and from chemo and stuff like that.
Wow.
But and so I just keep going, just keep going
Yeah,
and
I
fight it
see.
and never
You're a very
quit.
strong woman. Very strong woman. But again,
Yeah.
we appreciate you so much and, just sharing information because that's another problem with us Black people. We don't like to share information. And I don't know what we holding it for because, your little bit of information could help somebody and they could help somebody else. And it can keep growing to that we eliminate this stigma, but we don't. If for some reason we feel like we share information, somebody else gonna get a little bit ahead with the information that we gave instead of thinking on the side of this information could help somebody. So we definitely appreciate you taking time to come and talk to us and to even share your story and give so much information. And please, please, please feel free to come back anytime and sit with us in the den and we can chat it up about anything else because I got a feeling you got a lot more stories to tell.
Yes, I do. I'm excited. Yes, I am very excited. Yes, to share.
Well, you can stay with us, so you don't have to, because we've held you long enough. We'll be ending in about 15 minutes anyway. So
Holder, it kept falling off. So I've been holding this in my hand all the time.
oh
I was
wow.
like, can they see me? Can they see me? They still seeing the top of my head. So, okay. Well, thanks for the invite, ladies. And like I say, follow me on social media. We're on Rose MT Turknet is on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Rose M.
Okay.
Turknet Cancer Network. So y'all will see what I'm doing. I'm all over the place. So I will chat with you guys later. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
Love
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, that was some great information, Nisa. Thank you. You know, we really just have to break this Black stigma that everybody puts on us. We don't take care of our health. We don't share information. It's just a lot because, again, we really don't know the little information that we share, how it could help someone. Just like when people go back and look at this video, we probably will never know unless they come back and say that how her information alone has helped them, because they might reach out to her and she probably has a lot of resources for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is one of the things that we're actually going to be doing in our nonprofit once we find the building we're looking for now. It's a resource center. Of course, V wanted to do resources. I wanted to do medical. So we will have a clinic in there. We'll have mental health resources. We'll have therapists on the premises. We will be helping people pay their utility bills, helping people pay their rent. We're just going to have so many resources in that building.
Can I send mine now?
Huh?
I can send mine now.
You can. We don't have no money yet. It's coming. As soon as we get the kerns, I got y'all. As soon as we get the kerns. But that's in the process right now. The grants have been written and so we're just waiting on the money to come in for the building and for everything else. So that's why what I'm doing now, I'm starting, if you see, it's under our nonprofit, because even though you're starting a nonprofit or you're doing a nonprofit, they want to see the things that you're doing before you actually have your nonprofit.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just going in with they want to see the things that you're doing. That's why the mental health retreat was under our nonprofit. Well, because mental health is a part of the resource that we're going to have in the nonprofit. So, yeah, but that's what we're gonna have. And of course, with the medical clinic that we'll have in the building, I am definitely gonna make sure that we have resources for everything because it is going to be a primary care clinic.
Okay.
That it's free. It's gonna be free. You get free medical attention, health, free medicines. Like we will have a pharmacy on the premises where we give you your medications for free. So that's why I'm so stoked and so excited about this nonprofit, man. It is going to be everything. So we're going to have everything. We're going to have a nursery in the building as well. Free childcare. It's going to be free. It's going to be free. Yes. Yes. So, thank you, Miss Sharon. I really don't talk about it. I hate, I don't really like to look at this. I don't really like to talk about things till the ink is dry. But the ink is dry on the nonprofit. I don't really like to talk much about, the things till we get the building.
Yeah.
So we're looking now. And it's very near and dear to us, but because we named it Brinkley and King Resource Inc. And it's named after my mother and V's grandmother.
Okay.
So we tried to do it another way to name it Audrey and Geneva. Audrey's my mom. Geneva is V's grandmother, but A&G Resource Inc. was already taken. So we had to, they told us to change some things and we did. And they wouldn't let it go through because it was too close to the other resource, A&G Resource that they have. So we had to change it completely. So we just went with their last names, Brinkley and King. And if you look at the mental health retreat flyer, you'll see the BK Resource Inc. on there. So yeah, I'm excited. Of course, y'all know y'all gonna be the first to hear about it when we get the building. So yeah, but we're definitely gonna have a lot of resources for like elderly, sick people. And again, there will be a pharmacy on the premises so we can give them their medications. But of course, it'll be like your generic stuff. And that's why places like Publix and Kroger and all those places are able to get these medications for like $6, $7 and things like that. So they will be able to get free medical care and medication. So we got to share the resources. We got to share the resources.
That's true. We got to share especially now.
Yes.
Especially now, because the way things are going now,
and I'm on payroll. Put me on payroll.
Oh yeah, you will be.
It's like she on payroll.
Yeah, you will be. You didn't know it yet, but you will be. Yeah, you ain't know it yet, but you will be.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I did. I knew it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I had already saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Brinkley and King. How may I assist you? Oh, please.
Oh, please.
But I mean, and we need more of that. We really do. And until we got this nonprofit or was in the process of working to get the 501c3 and all of that stuff, man, y'all, these what do we call it? Counties.
Mm-hmm.
These counties have so much money. And let me tell you, last year in December, Fulton County had $2.5 million. And I found this out on December 5th. They still had $2.5 million that they had to get rid of by December 31st.
Girl, shut up.
So these counties, they have money. Yeah. They have resources, but they're not telling people that they have these resources. And let me just let you know, if you don't know anything about a nonprofit or you know somebody that has one, but you don't really know about it. If that nonprofit gives you $2 million to to spend through the year and you don't spend it all by December 31st, your nonprofit is fined.
Really?
Yes, it is fine. You have to spend that money.
Spend it all.
They give it to you because they've already got in place. They gave you $2 million. So when they're doing their taxes and all their paperwork,
Yeah.
it's accounted for. So at the end of the year, you still got $500,000. What? So they're not going to pay it. They're fining you. You need to pay it because you haven't used that money. Now, granted, you'll
So
still
do you
it'll
actually-
roll over to the next year, but
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to say.
yeah, it'll roll over, but they're going to fine you for not using it. And depending on how much you got left, they might fine you $200,000.
Take
You
it.
know, but there are things that you can use that money for.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
up some grants, give some high school students some grants.
Scholarships or
Give
something.
them scholarships, $1,500 to go to school, $2,000, you know, get 3, 4, 5. You can do that
Yeah.
In the name of.
in the name of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be, of course, in the company's name,
Right.
but it'll be easy for us because we are resource centers, so we can, because we're gonna have like a computer lab for the high school students to come after school, do their homework, teach them resume writing, teach them re-entry into the world. You know, we're gonna have all of that. It's gonna be a whole computer lab for the kids. There's after school for the kids. So we're gonna have all that going on in this one building.
Okay.
So, you know, it's ways to spend that money and not do crazy stuff illegally. But like, if you have a resource center, you can write scholarships, you know, in the name of the business to help kids going to college. You know, we're going to have a kitchen in our resource center where we serve hot meals on certain days. I already have chefs. We're ready. We just need a building. We're waiting on a building. So, you know, we got to share the resources. We got to help people. And we got to break that stigma as Black people just not wanting to give information, not wanting to help people. Or the other thing is stop keeping the information to just your family.
To you. Oh, yeah.
You just want to help your family. You don't want to help nobody outside of your family. You have to give the information to other people. You just can't keep it within your family. You got to help everybody. You just got to help everybody because you never know what you have, how it could help someone.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Share the information.
Each one reach one.
Teach one.
That part.
That one too.
That part. Share the information. So that's it. That's all I got.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah. So you guys got anything to say about resources and, you know, helping and just sharing?
Well, I know we got this little fundraiser going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Called
It's
Let It
over.
Go. Is it over?
5 o'clock today. Yep.
How we do?
Why is it only 4 days though?
That's how it is.
I know.
But you can start another one. You can start another one.
Yeah.
We can start another one. It will not let you go more than 4 days.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's set up. But
Hey, Lou.
hey, Lou. I mean, we did okay. It could have been better, but you know, people a lot of people don't be on Facebook the same day. Like at the last minute, I got my auntie and them to buy some like today.
Yeah, I see.
So the takeaway is $190, which, you know, it could have been more.
Yeah.
But so
And
what
then-
we'll
and then
do,
it's
I'll
also
wait.
where you got people, it's so many people doing it. You got
Yeah.
so many people, and it's like, I just bought some. I just
Right.
bought some. I did. You know what I'm saying? So you like, oh.
Yeah. I think we should. I'm probably going to come up a search for a different fundraiser because Double Good is going out of style. It's going out of style with people buying, but people love it, so they're going to continue to buy it. But the market for the Double Good now is so saturated that, like you
Well, you
said,
remember the
people like,
candy
I
bars?
just bought some. I just bought
You remember
some. I just bought
the good
some.
fashioned candy bars? I think that was the name of what was the name of those candy bars? The little bars and the
I know what you're talking
boxes.
about.
There was
I
a
know what you're
dollar.
talking about.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
But I mean, I used to take, man, when I was selling, I just used to take them, put on people's desk. Just run me my money. Cause we know you go buy, It was the almond, the almond, the crunch,
and the Rice
and
Krispies.
the chocolate.
World's finest. Thank you, Lou.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lou.
That's it. World's finest.
Well, what I really would like to do, there's this fundraiser that my son and them did. It's a Christmas fundraiser, and you buy like the wrapping paper, the gift boxes and stuff like that. And it's like $25 and you get like 4 rolls of wrapping paper, gift boxes, bowls, ribbons, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna look into that too. So because maybe we can start working on that. But I don't want to do another Double Good. I don't want to do another Double Good. Then they got the cookie dough. They got that too. The Oscar, what is it? Not Oscar Mayer. Otis Spunkmeyer. The cookie dough. I know I said Oscar Mayer.
That's his cousin.
That's his cousin. They have the Otis Spunkmeyer cookie dough where you can buy the cookies. So it's a lot of different things. I think we're going to stay away from Double Good because,
it's Double Good.
It's Double Good. It is so good, though. The popcorn is so good.
It is.
So, yeah. But, y'all, it's about that time. Lou, thank you for tuning in a little late, but you came. We appreciate you. We thank you guys for tuning in every Thursday in the Den. If there's a topic that you want us to talk about, if there's a discussion that you want us to talk about, drop it on our Facebook page or drop it in our email at theladiesden23@gmail.com. There's no subject that we cannot talk about. We are uncut. We are uncensored. We talk about whatever the hell we want. So, yeah. So, give us some topics to talk about. Some things you might want to talk about. Thank you, Lou. We appreciate that.
Listening.
But
she didn't say damn it.
Make sure you guys go and follow our Facebook page at The Ladies Den, Instagram, The Ladies Den 2023, and please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Ladies Den Podcast.
Yay!
All right, listen, y'all. Anybody got kids? Y'all, please be safe. Please make sure you check their candies before you let them eat it. Please make sure that you have a not legitimate, but I'm trying to say a word before I say adult, a responsible adult with your kids that's not going to let them eat that candy until they get home and somebody check it. Now, I think some of the stores and hospitals have this machine where they were running the candy through so they can check your candy for your kids. And those of you out there that are giving things to your Halloween trick-or-treaters, me and V, we don't give candy anymore. We buy like cups and pencils and, erasers, and we go to Wendy's and we buy the booklets of Frosties and we give out the Frosty coupons and stuff like that. So, I know some people are going to give candy, but we don't give candy anymore. We just give gifts. We give gifts. So I bought some big Halloween cups from Burlington with the straw and they glow in the dark. So we give out stuff like that. But for those of you who are giving candy, please don't hurt our kids. And for those of you who are taking your kids trick-or-treating, listen, a responsible adult with your child or you with your child, and make sure you guys be safe. Make sure the kids are watching out for the cars because people are not paying attention.
They aren't.
Have a safe Halloween and be safe, y'all. And make sure you tune in next Thursday to The Ladies Den. And my girl Nisa K got something going on the 28th.
for those of you that are looking for a fashion show to go to, coming up this Saturday. Right.
Mhm.
It is the 5th annual breast cancer awareness fashion show. The theme is a night of Paris. Yours truly, I'm here. I'm your host. I'm hosting. First show hosting. I'm hosting a fashion show. So come through. And I have the
She was using a pen.
throw the ticket link.
She was using a
in the
pen.
comments or whatever.
Oh, you stay focused over there.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Y'all heard me just get cussed out?
That's rude.
I forgot to mute my mic. Sorry.
I can throw you know what? I can throw the ticket link in the comments if anybody want to grab some tickets. Come out and support your girl. Kiki won't be there because she got somewhere else to be. I don't know.
No, Kiki, I thought you were coming at the first part.
Nope.
Is I'm live? Is I'm live? Is I'm live?
What you got, Daddy?
Is I'm live?
Nah, I'm just messing
What
with
a luck, man! I tell you, this. If your friends don't love you like this, throw them away. Throw them away.
Oh my god!
Just throw them away.
Oh
Throw them away.
No, but that's all I got. That's all I got that's going on. Y'all come see me. Come holler at me.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all again for tuning in to the Ladies Den. As always, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next Thursday, 7 o'clock in the den.
Kiki, are you ready? Let them know that you're ready. It's Thursday night, they at it again. You got it locked into the Ladies Den. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popular in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait till a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message. Ain't no room for hating. Enjoy the entertainment. You are locked in to the Ladies Den. So there's no confusion. They love what they do. You are locked in to the Ladies Den. The Ladies Den. Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.
We're out.